Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Image Comics Motor Crush #1. Okay, so this is one book that I was on the fence as to whether or not to grab it. I knew it was coming out this Wednesday, but it's kind of hit or miss with me with the creative team. This is the same team that came out with Batgirl of Burnside. Well, a few of them also came out with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink, which I adore Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink. I think everything that they do in that works out perfectly. Batgirl of Burnside, yeah. Some things work out well. Some things kind of annoy me about that book. But that's a whole nother story. I loved this book. I loved it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but everything that I have issue with in Batgirl of Burnside, I think works out perfectly in this book. The way it opens up, we get introduced to the main character, who is just, she's a bike racer. She's awesome. And the art to it is so different than anything else that's out there, but it's got this great vibe where you either feel like you're in a racing video game or like you're actually watching a real race happen, or you're watching a real sporting event about racing. And I love the fact that in the panels you see different timestamps, you see everything from little bios of things, you see like a little live stream. There's this little like drone module of like a cat or something that keeps following her around trying to record everything that's going on. I loved that. I loved the fact that you can actually see like the head-to-head who's going up against who. The main character for this is Domino Swift. She's a female racer and she's new to the circuit. She's just starting to get her first real big break in the professional racing circuit. Well, so we don't really see much of her actually in the racing circuit. We do, however, find out a bit about Crush and how dangerous Crush is. Crush is an accelerant drug that apparently makes you faster and makes you better as a racer. However, if you use too much of it, you can overdose and kill yourself. There's actually a character in this book who gets force-fed an entire dosage, like an entire capsule of Crush, and they end up exploding. We find out a bit more about her and the fact that she's an underground Crush racer. So we actually get to see her in a cannonball race, which reminded me so much of Death Race. I love Death Race, the movies, and it just felt like it. It felt like a video game when you see this, when you see the bios of each individual racer and the fact that they're allowed to basically do whatever the heck they want to any other racer just to see who wins at the very end of it. And our racer, she races masked the entire time. She has her helmet on the entire time. She doesn't want anyone to put two and two together and know who she is, because Crush obviously is illegal in the racing circuit, in the professional racing circuit. And if they found out that she was actually doping with this, clearly she would lose everything. I mean, her father would lose his garage, his business. She would be the laughingstock of the racing community. So we see her racing for Crush, and great panels. I love the art style for this, and I love the use of color. It's a very dynamic book, and it's something that when you read it, it feels fun. Oh yeah, and that's somebody exploding. But she ends up a little too involved in the underground circuit, and she ends up getting her stash stolen. And when that happens, she couldn't just let that slide, so she has to go and she re-steals her stash. But she ends up being chased by armed men who are trying to kill her, clearly. And as you can see, she gets her bike shot. And as the book ends, she's kind of in a rough spot. Her bike ends up in the water. She's trying to struggle for her life. She just makes it to the shore, and she's stuck underneath the dock, and there are armed men up above on top of the dock looking for her. So as it goes on, the entire book, she's kind of had her inhaler with her, so clearly that's the thing. She's got some sort of an asthmatic issue, but I believe that means that she's been doping with Crush through her inhaler. So, you know, that's one way to apparently use it. And I love the usage of the color right here, and the fact that it's almost kind of like lava going into her. All I'm saying is they didn't really explain Crush, and I wish they would, but I loved this character, and I loved just the feel of this book. The fact that it just drew you into the action and what was really going on with the overall story. I really connected with this book, which I wasn't expecting at all. Also, that's what the next issue's cover is going to look like. I need that cover. That is gorgeous. That is amazing. But yeah, I was not expecting to love this book as much as I do. I mean, this to me would be a great video game or a great just action film. It feels a lot like Drive or like Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, kind of, with the usage of colors. I really connected with it. I really loved it. You know what? Check it out. It's brand new into your comic book shops. Pick it up if you still can. I think it's definitely worth a shot. Like I said, I was kind of on the fence about getting it, but I actually ended up really enjoying this book. So give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me what you thought about this comic. Did you like it? Did you have any issues with it? Tell me. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of my older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye!